and the mindset that they want to bring in and change and create and all those kind of things and massage and mold, is it fair? Yeah, and this is something we'll talk about with Jack tomorrow. And obviously, look, when we get to fall ball and when we get to January, we'll have these discussions again. But as you look at it, is it going to be fair to think, you know what? They got some dudes that have played at some big schools, and they've all been to the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So why
you brought in a bunch of guys?
Why shouldn't we expect? Now, again, do you expect to host next year? I don't want to let go of that for the program perspective. But if being one of the 48, if you will, because again, Carolina would never be a 4 seed in this tournament. So being one of the 48, 1, 2, or 3, I think that's
realistic. Get back in the dance. Get back in because you've been out for 2 years. Just get yourself back in. Get the programs, back in the pool. You swim to the deep end the year after, but, get in the pool.
It's just crazy. I mean, you're right. You've been out for 2, but since you last went to Omaha, you've missed it 6 times. You've missed the whole tournament 6 times.
Yeah. And if you go and look at that, and off the top of my head.
And that doesn't count the COVID year.
No, I know. And you and I had this conversation. I had it right in front of me, and I forget. You go before this streak of missing the tournament. Look at the year-by-year of South Carolina baseball.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be in. Now, that wasn't even a conversation, Jay.
Right.
For you here. That you knew they were going to be in. Are you going to be hosting? Are you not going to be hosting? Wow, why are we not hosting? Like you said, like Arkansas.
Right.
That's kind of the way it went. Now, you and I are having a conversation of, man, it'd be good to get them back in the dance.
Yeah.
Let's start from there.
Yeah, And that's why I say, while you can be careful about how you talk about it, greatly changing the expectation level, the annual expectation, I think is a slippery slope when it comes specifically to South Carolina baseball. So
I think, again, you never know till it all gets pieced together, but it seems like what Kevin Schnall and his crew have done in the portal, it looks like good work for right now.
Yeah.
And we'll see moving forward where it ends up. But I like the idea you brought in people who understand what a good culture is and have won in 2 places that have been very successful. That's good. That's a good thing, especially in this nomadic, transient, grifter world of college athletics that we're in.
Right.
I mean, if you can bring in guys who can set a culture and say, we're kind of used to winning and we want to keep winning, so here's how we go about doing what we do, it's not a bad thing, man.
Carolina missed the tournament, and remember, it was a smaller field, 94 through 97.
Mm-hmm.
And that was 3 years of Coach Raines and then Coach Tanner's first season. They went to the tournament every year from 98 to 14.
16 straight seasons.
Yeah, missed it in 15, and then Chad went to the Supers in 17, missed it again, and Chad Holbrook was let go. Mark made it to the Supers his first year, made it again in 23, again a 2 seed in 24, and he was let go.
He missed twice, right, Mark?
Yeah, he missed, Mark missed 19 and 22. And that 2022 team.
Remember that was all those injuries?
Decimated.
Remember that?
With injuries.
Well, that's why I remember.
Almost uncanny.
We had Coach Tanner on after the season was over, and there was talk then, is Kingston going to get let go? Remember, Ray told us, look, with all those injuries, I can't fairly, make a decision on what went on and what didn't go on this year because, so many guys were hurt.
Right.
That was crazy.
It was. Yeah. And then they were a 1 seed and hosted the next season.
Yep.
All right. So there you go. Good pickups in the portal for Kevin Schnall and company this weekend. Big pickup for Shane Beamer and Clayton White. We'll tell you who coming up on the postgame show. 3:34 on this Monday. Welcome back in. Jay and Terry with you as the postgame show rolls on. Jack Veltri on tomorrow's program talking Carolina baseball. Wednesday, Spencer Rattler will be with us running his football camp. And it's Nike launch day. We will be at Gamecock Traditions Lexington location on Sunset, which means I need to leave my house. I might just leave after tomorrow's show in an effort to beat the
Might be a good
traffic out
idea
to
for you.
Lexington.
I mean, you can just take that. I mean, you drive that cabin cruiser everywhere. Hell, you can sleep in the back of that thing, bro.
Yeah. It is big.
That thing's large. Man, I remember the first time I saw you drive that thing. I'm like, my God, where'd you get the boat?
Yeah.
And what a Bago
I
you're driving around.
I have a Sequoia that I am determined to get to 300,000 miles before I get something new.
How far off are you now?
We're at 282 and change.
The way you go in, what, 3 years?
Yeah, because we don't take it on trips. We take my wife's car on trips.
You don't beat that beast up like you used to.
No, I mean, it could handle it. We just don't. The thing is, I mean, like my wife's car,
I would choose your wife's car.
it gets better mileage.
Mhm.
It's nicer.
What do you get, about 4 miles a gallon in the Sequoia? Pull it out of the driveway, go straight to the gas station?
I feel like that's about what it is, man. I seriously think I'm getting like 8. I really do. I'm serious. I think I get it in the city. I think I get about 8 miles a gallon. Because I filled it up not too long ago, and I let it get till the light came on the other day, and it was at like 160 something miles.
There were times you used to be like, well, I'll be working a little bit while I got to stop and get gas. Well, it's full right now, but I'll be out by the time I get to work.
No, but see, like my wife, like she's like, y'all remember the Seinfeld episode where Kramer is test driving the car and wants to see, like, get it all the way to empty?
Yeah.
You know? Right, my wife's like that. I'm not. Like, as soon as the car tells me
the light.
Yeah, like when the light comes on, the car is doing me a favor, and I'm like, and my wife on the other hand would be like, oh no, you can get to Charlotte on this.
Come on now, the light's on, sweetheart. No, trust me.
Yeah, she's like, we can get to Charlotte on it.
You know what though? See, and
I'm like, all right, you tell you what, you take it to Charlotte, and then when you call me from somewhere in Fairfield County,
I'll take. Well, see, your Sequoia is what, 67?
No, yeah, no, 04.
Okay. So
it's old. It's old now, man.
You
It's
don't
been
have
around.
the fancy little thing that tells you how many miles you have left till you run out of gas.
No, the light. I don't know. There's some gauge in the tank.
And it tells you, hey, Bob.
Yeah, and I know when that thing comes on, it's probably going like, seriously, you better do something.
Now, here's the problem. See, your wife has the newer rig. That gives you the 62 miles till empty or the 22.
To the 10th of a mile.
And mine does the same thing.
Yeah.
And so... I'm looking at, I got 22 miles. How far am I? Okay, good. I'll have 6 when I get there. See, I'm okay with it.
I don't flirt with that thing, man. If that light comes on.
After.
If I was going to the emergency room, dude, and that light came on, I'd be like, you know what? I better stop and get gas
tell you
first.
What, man. Yeah. Hey, look, can somebody hold my bullet wound? I got to get gas.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm not going to make it.
That's right. I'm going to run out of gas. You know what? Knowing you for about 5 years now, that does not surprise me at all.
But anyway,
I'm surprised you don't fill it up when it gets to 3/4.
Sometimes I do. I don't always let the light come on. I don't want the light to come on. And the older it gets, the more concerned I am about exactly how much gas is left by the time it's come on.
Exactly.
So, but no, I'm determined to get that thing to 300. And you know what? When I go and get it serviced, like our Ralph Ziegler, who's amazing, is where I go take my car over on Rosewood. Ziegler's has been there forever, across from the track. Free plug for Ralph and Scott. They're awesome. But Ralph's like, hey, if you just change your oil, otherwise, like, this thing will go. And it's the same engine. It's like big Toyotas, like Tundras, the big trucks and stuff. He's like, as long as you're changing your oil.
Yeah.
And occasionally get a little tweak here or there. He's like, this thing will go to 400. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go to 400. But I'll get it to 3.
It's really funny when you actually put oil in it and get the oil changed. It lasts a lot longer than this car.
Yeah,
it's really bizarre.
Yeah. No, change your oil. There's a tip for you kids.
Good thing.
Change your oil. Don't let when that little sticker on the window they give you. You can go a little bit past that.
Yeah, don't be.
But I wouldn't if I were you. Not too much. It's really good to change your oil.
Yeah, changing oil is good for your car.
Free.
Yeah, we're just trying to.
Free advice. Dad advice.
We always start doing like one of those car shows on the weekends.
You know what? This is serious. Then I'll move on, and we'll get to this. I'm dead serious about this, and I never got to. When I was at Carolina, I wanted to take a like basic car repair course at Midlands Tech.
Okay.
You couldn't get in, man. You couldn't get it. It was like a 3-semester wait list. And I just wanted to learn stuff. Like, I wasn't going to become a mechanic because I respect the hell out of those guys. And I was like, I just want to learn these things. I don't want to be caught on the side of the road somewhere.
Back in the old days, lots of folks wanted to be mechanics. Like when we were growing up. Now they can't get them.
No. And you should be. I mean, listen, those dudes do just fine.
They do all right.
They do just fine.
They do well. And they can't, how many times have you talked to a guy that runs a shop or owns a garage? I can't get techs or I can't keep them.
Well, and that's where the dealerships make their money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you got to go. But I mean, I couldn't. But like back then, I was like, I could. They were like, yeah, it's like a
folks
3-semester
like
wait
Ziegler's,
list.
Wetzel's. I mean, those are local folks that do you up right.
Yeah,
and they matter.
Yeah,
because if not, then you got to go to. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I don't want to have to. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Speaking of locals, Jackson Ross committed to South Carolina football over the weekend. He goes to Hammond. Mm-hmm. He is the son of David Ross, who is Hammond's basketball coach. He's also a former Gamecock basketball player, so a legacy commitment, if you will.
I met someone who went to Hammond before. I can't remember who it is.
And as John Whittle pointed out, too, the closing attorney on John's home. Because that's what D. Ross does on the side, right?
That's funny. Well, I heard, too, that the reason Jackson Ross went to South Carolina is because Jay Phillips went to Hammond in South Carolina.
I think that's what it was.
See, you're very, very vital.
Very connected to these
to the recruiting.
All it shows you is that I just anyway, like this is I grew up in the area. Again, Jackson knows the staff well. He's a good pickup. Came down to Carolina.
Big kid who can run.
He's 6'4". He's 215. He's probably also Hammond's best basketball player. He is all-state in both. He's just a tremendous athlete, good kid, and I think this is a really versatile pickup. And look, at 6'4", 215,
he's going to grow about another 20 pounds into that body.
they can put weight on him. He probably won't grow a whole lot more.
Yeah, but 6'4", give him about 6'4", 225, 230. Lots of muscly 215. From 215 to 230, and he'll still be able to run, because I've heard from people who've watched him play, he's a big guy, but he's got some athleticism.
He's one of those, Terry.
Side to side
yes, that's it. He's one of those players that when you see him, he glides. Mm-hmm. There are guys that run to the ball, and especially, and I think the basketball part really helps him too. It's what I loved about Jordan Birch. I used to tell people, like, I know what kind of football player Jordan Birch was, but watching him play basketball at Hammond, because he's big,
big dude, Jordan Birch.
Yeah. But he could kind of just glide across the basketball court, and Jordan made, just found a way to make plays.
I just think when you play basketball in general, and you're this kind of level of athlete, it's a different kind of quick. It's a different kind of speed you're using. It's more stop and start and things that. And and when you're playing in a football game, there's a lot of stop and start and turn and move. And if you've got that kind of twitchiness to you, it helps you a ton. That's why I hear coaches all the time, like, we'll talk about like offensive and defensive linemen. We like the fact that kid played basketball. Mm-hmm. It's just a different type of athleticism that can only help you on a football field.
So this is a good pickup. He's rated the number 24 overall player in the state of South Carolina. 24/7 Sports says he is the number 34 linebacker prospect in the country. He's the first linebacker commitment for the class of 27. 13th overall. Again, not saying that you need to celebrate what I'm getting ready to tell you, Gamecock fans, but this commitment ticked Carolina up one more notch inside the top 40. There's still some work to do to get where they typically are, which is inside the top 25. And yeah, by all accounts, you believe that's going to happen by the end of the recruiting cycle in December. But, it'd been hovering around 50 for the longest time with so few commits. But in the last couple of weeks, they've gotten some good ones. And so this one took them from number 40 to number 39 in the country. So, again, I'm not saying celebrate it, but like you said last week, every little tick up helps. So, again, happy for young Jackson Ross, D. Ross's son, coming to South Carolina football. All right, Terry, we'll open the vault when the postgame show comes back. Welcome back in. 11 minutes in front of 4 o'clock here on a Monday. Jay and Terry with you. I will tally up here officially our top 5 Friday favorite American rock bands, as one of my favorite English rock bands brings us back in. Might have a big tie
Really?
at 5th.
Huh.
Like,
really?
Yeah. Like there might be a 4-way tie at 5th. Do we flip coins and just eliminate them?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, don't we have a tie-breaking criteria? Sort of like college football? Oh, no, they don't. That's right.
Yeah, we'll have ZZ Top and the Beach Boys do 2-point conversions.
We need a committee.
Sure.
We need the top 5
Let's get
Friday committee to go in and break these ties by voting, and then the committee chairman we can interview the committee chairman.
Sure.
Every week.
Let Dave do that. You want me to get to no news is good news or no news is no news on Brendan Sorsby news? This is from Mike Florio. Put this out about 45 minutes ago. He says at this point it means that he most likely won't be fighting the NFL to get in.
Smart move.
That nothing has happened. Regardless of the arguments Sorsby could make under the language of the collective bargaining agreement and the league's pattern and practice of conducting a supplemental draft when a player meets the basic eligibility standard, then Florio says, which does not include a character test, an integrity test, or any other test that would consider the player's conduct. Sorsby is, by all appearances, accepting the NFL's position. If he were going to fight it, his lawyer would be asking for a preliminary injunction requiring the NFL to hold a supplemental draft and involve him in the pool. It would be an aggressive move requiring the court to move quickly. By not moving quickly, writes Mike Florio. Let's see. By not moving quickly to file the paperwork, it becomes very difficult for Sorsby to persuade a federal court to essentially drop everything and take up the case. So it appears, he says, that Sorsby will prepare for the 27 draft, which the league encouraged him to do in the letter denying it.
Obviously, it feels like this, and maybe I'm wrong. I think Kessler would take this to the Supreme Court because that's just who he is.
Yes.
I feel like this is the family, whether it's Brendan Sorsby or someone around Brendan Sorsby, finally said, hey, dude, let's have a seat. Let me have a talk. It's time to give this up and just lay low, get yourself right, get your head right, get your life in the correct direction, and start working out for the 2027 draft. Stop this. You're looking like a spoiled, petulant child who didn't get his way after doing something wrong, and acting like you got punishment when you got really no punishment.
Yeah.
And you're trying to skate around punishment by trying to get your way at any cost.
Yeah,
at this point.
And to that point that you just made, and you and I mentioned this to each other earlier, even before we saw this from Florio. And again, this is not Florio saying, it's definitely not. This is as a River Florio. For those of you, he's an attorney as well,
right?
So he's coming at it from both a football reporter and attorney point of view. So again, it's not a done deal that Sorsby's made this decision. But you and I were saying that there's a difference in looking at things that have where you've technically, quote, paid a price and where you've been punished.
Mm-hmm.
You did lose out on the rest of your NIL money, however much they already gave you relative to what you were still going to get.
Mm-hmm.
That's paying a price.
Right.
But it didn't mean you got punished.
No.
And people that were like, Michael Vick came back and all these other guys, I'm like, they paid their price.
Right.
They paid their
Michael Vick hung out in this place called Leavenworth.
Michael Vick went to jail. Now, again, I'm not condoning what, and Vick went on the tour of, I understand that what I did was horribly wrong. But he went to jail. Yes, and Sorsby's not going to go to jail, although, again, there could be legal things against him, but that's another story altogether.
Right.
But the so-called pound of flesh people want, especially collegiate leaders, and what the NFL and CFL are saying in so many words is, listen, bud, you got to miss a season.
Yes, you got to go, take your punishment, go sit down for a year, ready? Like your parents say, think about what you've done.
Right.
And if you truly are wanting to change and get help for your addiction, because you're the one that said you have an addiction, and the facts almost back that up. And you said about this is also mental health and things of all that. Well, good. Take a year, get your mental health right, get rid of all those gambling apps. Well, and I think you built a perfect scenario. Go talk to high school kids.
High school seniors and college freshmen.
Yep. Go talk to them about the dangers of these apps and the dangers of getting too involved in DraftKings and FanDuel and all these things. And, I think if you do that, God forbid, why don't you get up for a minute in front of microphones and pretend you have some type of, gee, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I went
show some
wrong.
contrition, because that hasn't happened yet either.
No,
and again, that's part of the American redemption story. Is you got to be sorry for what you did.
Have your family stand with you, cry a little bit.
Yeah.
And and then go. Everybody wants to hug you as a like you said, a redemption story.
They
but you know
will.
what you got to do? You got to show a little.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was wrong.
Hour 2 coming up.
Better.
All right, welcome back in. Hour 2 of the postgame show coming at you from downtown Columbia's Herndon Chevy Studios. Alongside Terry Ford, I'm Jay Phillips. Hope you had a nice weekend. Did a little, my wife and one of my daughters have already headed to our beautiful South Carolina coast and left me at home with the dogs and a couple of other kids that are working. Well, one doesn't live with us anymore. She has her own place. And the one's still in college. I was like, oh. And basically, and I'm not even kidding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not even kidding.
Mm-hmm.
So, like 3 weeks ago, we were talking about this, and I kind of asked in so many words, like, "Am I even invited?" And I get a, no, not really. But then she gives me the, well, you have to work. I was like, well, you have to work. She goes, yeah, I'm working from down there. And she was. She told me today she was on conference calls all day and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I believe her. I was like, well, I can work remotely. I did it for a while back in, back in the winter. She's like, yeah, but you're not supposed to. And I was like, well. So basically, I wasn't invited.
You weren't invited.
So, yeah, but so they're there for a week with some other friends, and then I get to go.
I mean, they
this week.
totally iced you out of that.
Yes.
You got you have to work. Yeah, but I can work remotely. If they wanted you to be there, they go like, "Yes, that's a great idea, sweetheart. Why don't you talk to Terry about that?"
I pretty much was told.
Because they go like this. Yeah, but you're not allowed to do that. That was the code for we're not.
It wasn't, and eventually wasn't even code.
It sounds like it was.
I just went ahead and that's what I'm saying. I just pulled it out of them. I'm
Right.
like, so I really like. You don't want me to go, do you? And they're like,
Okay, we don't want you there.
Yeah.
All right.
At least they are like finally were honest about it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like because they're trying not to be. They're trying not to hurt your
Yeah, I know. I
feelings,
get
right?
it. Like just go ahead and hurt them. Go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off, man. I'll get over it. I'm a big boy.
But honey, the folks at work want you in the studio. They don't want you doing this remotely. It's better radio when you're in the studio. Honey.
Well, it is. It's true. And you know what? The thing is, if I was down there, I remember we went for a couple of weeks way back. I don't know, 09, 10, somewhere in there. Deuce was still on with us, and I did like 3 days from the beach. Really hard. Not because of like no internet or anything like that. It's because like the room I was doing the show from had a view of the ocean, and I'm like going, what am I doing?
Why am I sitting here?
Why am I doing this for 3 hours with a ceiling fan over my head running? I can hear like the kids coming in like for lunchtime and eating. This is because I did middays back then. I'm like, I don't know.
What the hell am I doing?
Why did I do this? Why did I agree to this?
I had one of those. We had the. Remember last summer we did that last little vacation trip before my kid went off to school, my youngest.
Yeah.
And we went to that resort in like the Eastern Shore, Maryland, and that's when Mary Berner, the CEO of our company, Cumulus Media, did her town hall visit with us via Teams. So I'm sitting there, and I said, look, I'll do that because I was gone, and whatever. I was like, I'll jump on and do it. So I'm laying out there at the pool, Jay. It's weather's nice.
Yeah, sure.
You know what they have right next to the pool, Jay? Bar.
Yep.
You know what's not near the pool, Jay? My laptop.
Sure.
But I got up, went in my swim trunks, threw on a shirt, sat through my part of the old town hall meeting. But the best part was, so she turns on, her camera goes, right?
Yep.
And so I'm standing up now to go back to the pool, and I guess the camera in our conference room didn't go off as fast. I stood up and had my swim trunks on.
That's okay.
And they were like, I said it could have been worse. I could have been out of my swim trunks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean,
there we go.
Yeah, there's
so I know your feeling of, why am I doing that? 'Cause I was like, no offense to anybody. No offense to Mary Berger. No offense to Cumulus Media. But I was just like, why in the hell am I sitting here doing a Teams call at the beach?
But that came up because we grilled burgers and on Saturday, and you went out to British Bulldog, and
which is fantastic.
I tried to get, because the girls went out for the Australia match with me and Elijah, and they had fun. But we were helping my wife and my youngest daughter like pack the car and do stuff, and it was like 137 degrees before they left, because they left at like, I don't know, right after lunchtime on Saturday afternoon, and I just couldn't get the girls to muster the energy to go back for the England game. Like if it was America, I think they would have gone,
Right.
but since it was somebody they weren't like pulling for. So we grilled burgers instead, and we had we made shrimp tacos last night. That was fun.
Tacos are good.
Yeah, that was good. So we had
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, British Bulldog, it was excellent, man. I got that bangers and mash. You and I were putting the game plan together.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hit you up. I'm like, what do you think? You said you gave me a couple choices. I went bangers and mash with the mustard mashed potatoes.
Yeah, those things are so good. They make them in house too.
Fantastic.
They make them right there.
It was really, really good, man.
No, they're good, just good English comfort food, and it's good pub food.
It was good, and I'm sitting there. I got 75 TVs. You know me.
Yeah.
I'm a soccer maniac. And
Now you were there. Were you there
I
during
was
the
there for
England match?
Yeah. And well, England was on one TV, and you had the Ghana-Croatia game on the other TV, and that was close. So I started kind of focusing
England was
more
close
on
for a
Ghana.
minute.
It was for, I tell you what, Panama, if they weren't offsides, that would have been interesting. So I'm watching. I got Croatia, Ghana there on my eyeball, and that was a fun back and forth thing where Ghana tied it, and then Croatia a few minutes later took the lead.
Yep, late.
I'm just sitting there chilling, knocking down the old bangers and mash, kicking a sweet tea, just kind of like. Of course, I just came from the gym, so I smelled, so nobody came near me. Even the guy waiting on me was like, "Hey, dude, tell you what, why don't you text me if you need something?"
Sure.
So it was no everything you
Semaphore
said.
code from far away with the flags.
Because do not come anywhere near any of us. But yeah, man, it was great. Honestly, it was. You were correct.
Yeah.
Food.
No, it's a fun place, man. I'm a big fan of those guys and have been for many years. It's a fun time. So and I imagine it'll be rocking on Wednesday for USA.
I would say so.
Bosnia. So
I would say so.
Looking forward to that. Real quick, let me ask you because I don't think we'll spend a lot of time on this. I know that he's in some people's minds the greatest basketball player ever. But why are the Golden State Warriors pursuing a trade for LeBron James now?
All right, here's what happens. And we see this at times in sports. Pick a sport. NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL. I mean, you probably can give me some of that in English Premier League. A dynasty ends, and sometimes they just don't end well. They don't know when to let go and just start over. And Golden State's that. And look, Golden State, let's be honest here. There was a run of 8 years, roughly 6, 7 years of Golden State, where that was a legit dynasty.
Yeah, they won 4 titles, and they lost.
They lost 2, but if Durant doesn't blow his Achilles, they laughed their way through beating Toronto. So they won 4, they could have won 5, and the other one they blew a 3-1 lead, and that's when they got Durant. So, but here's the problem. Durant leaves, Clay gets hurt, Clay comes back, he's not who he used to be, he moves on. Steph's still playing at a high level in his late 30s. All the draft picks you have selected just have not worked out in whatever way, shape, or form. So now you don't have that young talent to supplement your getting older superstar players. Now you got a huge void, but you don't want to give up because you still have Steph, right?
Right.
So you want to keep trying. And their way of keeping trying is grabbing these. They're star hunting now. That's just who Golden State is. They went and got Jimmy Butler. He blew his ACL.
Right.
There's been talk. They tried to get Kevin Durant back again last year. Now here comes LeBron James, who, by the way, you'll never see a basketball player at 40 play like LeBron James.
No, yeah, and I don't want to say people think I'm asking this like LeBron's a shell of himself, because really of these guys that are older, LeBron isn't. I mean, he can't go 40+ minutes anymore, but he's still playing at a high level when he's playing.
High level. So I guess their idea is this, because you're star hunting, and you don't want to get in. I don't want to get too NBA dorky here. You don't want to get in the second apron of your salary cap, which really hinders you. So Golden State's trying to get creative to hang on to this dynasty as long as they can. They've been in the play-in round. They are a shell of what they used to be after they won that last title when they beat the Celtics. And they're hanging on, Jay. Sometimes you just can't let go of the rope, man. You just keep going and going because you got a guy in Steph Curry who you feel like you owe him to go after it every year the best you can, because he.
And is that what this? See, now you just took me where I was going to go. That's what this is?
That's what this is.
This is Steph. We're going to pay, and they're paying him gobs of money.
And this isn't Steph. Don't get me wrong. This isn't Steph Curry pulling the diva and kicking open the door of the front office and going to Mike Dunleavy Jr. Hey, you bleeper, you better go give me some players because I deserve to try to win another championship. This is a franchise who reveres Steph Curry, which they should.
Yeah.
This is this franchise saying you still are playing at a high level. We don't want your last so many years to be 37 and 43 or 37 and 45. Or remember last year they won a play-in round game and they celebrated like they won the NBA championship. God love them. We don't want your career to end like this. So we're going to do everything in our power to be as competitive as we can be. Now, the word is you're going after LeBron. God forbid, for some reason, you're kicking the tires on Anthony Davis because you want a guy to play 10 games and sit on the sidelines for the other 72.
And what is it? Again, he's going to make $62 million next year?
Anthony Davis, what he's done the last so many years, I mean, honestly, he
Y'all
should be
heard me
arrested.
right, by the way.
Yeah. And he plays, if you're lucky to get 50 games out of him, congratulations. Draymond Green might be, he might be moving on now. His contract stuff is in flux.
He declined his option.
Yeah, so he might be moving on now.
And that's one of the reasons they said they could do this, because that gives them like almost $30 million to play with.
And Draymond's not who he used to be either. So
and apparently don't have to pay LeBron as much.
No, you can pay. LeBron could take the league minimum if he wanted to, or go take 12. Already, he could play for only $20 million, Jay. So that's what they're doing. This is the Steph, we love you, and we want to do everything we can to keep our franchise relevant until you move off into the sunset. And once Steph moves on, then I can see Golden State just imploding the whole bleeping thing and just then going into tank land.
Yeah.
But I think it's all about Steph. And I get that. I do. And you're holding on the best you can, Jay, to that dynasty, and you still have Steph, and you don't want to let go. And, it's just, I get it. I do. But you do shake your head going, guys.
LeBron makes a little bit of sense. I think when you couple it with AD, I don't quite get that. Because, again, for a franchise that is trying one more time, I was just looking it up. They finished 8 games under 500.
Yeah, and Jimmy Butler blew his knee, and the whole thing was went in the crapper last year. When Butler got hurt.
And I'm looking here. You were 5 games worse than the Clippers in 9th.
Mm-hmm.
8 games worse than the Suns in 8th. So you're not good.
No, you're not. And look, if you get LeBron and Jimmy Butler comes back healthy, and you have Steph. Are you a playoff team again, like a playoff team? Yeah. Are you getting past Oklahoma City or San Antonio? No. Because usually when you put all these old heads together, it doesn't work. It has a ceiling. Like when the Lakers tried to do it that one time with Karl Malone and those guys.
Yep. And another thing, too, is because Rich Paul is everybody's agent in this story.
Everybody.
He's LeBron's, AD's, and Draymond's. I know he's not Steph's, but the point is, Rich Paul doesn't let this get out unless there's friction with the Lakers.
Well, I think again, LeBron,
or either that, or either this is, hey, Lakers, you want him?
I think that's part of it. Because remember, they haven't opened up negotiations with LeBron yet in L.A. This is Rich Paul's way of saying, look, if you guys don't get off your butt and start talking to a guy, he's got a landing spot, at least one, if not many more. So I think this is. Let's see if how bad the Lakers really want LeBron James back. But look, if you're Golden State. If you got LeBron James and you got Steph Curry and you've got a healthy Jimmy Butler and you don't go get Anthony Davis, which to me it's not a good fit with these guys. Okay, LeBron, you run the offense through LeBron like you did Draymond Green. Steph still can get his out the three-point line. He has space. And Jimmy Butler can score inside the three-point line. So it makes sense in that way. And those guys all move the ball. None of those guys are a black hole from hell like a James Harden or LaMelo Ball or someone like that. Mm-hmm. These are guys that will move the ball.
Westbrook.
Exactly. So could that work if you did it? Yes, in theory it could. Now, again, defensively, those guys are shells of who they used to be. But offensively, it can work for you but don't add Anthony Davis. He's a big guy. Don't want to play like a big guy. Yeah. Unless he has to.
Well, and again,
he can't
how much is he going to play? Literally, period. So there's
under 15 games, Jay.
Yeah, it's just an interesting situation. So we'll continue to follow that one. All right, we'll come back on the other side. The Atlanta Braves used to be called America's team. Dallas Cowboys have been called America's team. Our buddy Ben Portnoy and his team at the Sports Business Journal have done a rather large survey of American sports. Which of those teams or another was voted America's team?
Nice.
We'll tell you on the other side.
Men's Clinic of South Carolina. Look, Dr. Dan and the staff say just, come on in. It's a free consultation. Just come on in, talk about whatever's going on with you that just you're not feeling like you. You're feeling like you're past your prime or past this or past that. And so, might not be the case at all, but it all starts with the consultation. 803-875-MENS. You make the call, set the appointment, go in and just tell Dr. Dan and the staff your story. They'll do a testosterone test on you. They will listen, and then they will come back with feedback and a plan to get you feeling like you again. It all starts with a free consultation. Just make the call, 803-875-MENS. It's a Men's Clinic of South Carolina. Just go find out about getting back to being you again from the Men's Clinic. Again, 803-875-MENS.
20 minutes after 4 o'clock on this Monday. Welcome back in. Jay and Terry with you. America's team. I can still remember those commercials on TBS for the Atlanta Braves.
Yep.
Dallas Cowboys like the moniker America's
Well, they gave themselves
team.
the moniker.
Yeah.
Did they do it in NFL films?
I don't know if they gave it to them or not. You could probably look that up.
We'll look it up right
The
now.
Braves kind of, I don't want to say earned it, but I mean, Ted, when you're in all 50 states on cable.
You're in every cable system in America.
Yeah, and that's why I say it's kind of cool to this day, real quick, that like when the Braves play in Denver, it's like half Braves fans. When the Braves are in Phoenix, even, it's like tons of Braves fans. When the Braves are in Washington, it's mostly Braves fans.
Right.
And I mean, even, heck, the other day out in San Francisco, there were a lot of Braves fans.
They're just
Not a good weekend.
It's that residue of growing up with the Braves on your cable system.
Yeah, but not a great weekend for
No, not really.
who now only have a 3-game lead.
Exactly.
But anyway.
Good news is the season's almost. Oh no, it's not the All-Star break yet.
No.
Hey, NFL Films, 1978 gave them the moniker America's Team.
Okay.
So it was NFL Films.
Okay. Well, Tom Landry and Roger Staubach, they had kind of that wholesome American feel. I'm not sure they really were.
And they were a machine.
I think North Dallas 40 is probably more what they were relative to
I'm going. You know what? I'm glad you bring that up really quick.
or
That movie. First of all, I'm not saying it was a great movie. It was okay, but that was the first time you got an inside of kind of like an NFL team.
Well, the first time I saw it, I was little, and then I watched it again in the 80s, and it was different. And they were like, but it was
It was an interesting look inside the NFL, and again, it was supposedly Peter Gent, the guy that wrote it, played for the Dallas Cowboys,
right.
and that was his behind the scenes of the team. Of course, the Cowboys. Oh, he was disgruntled. He was this or that. No, he was honest.
Yeah, I think there was some.
But
there's truth in there.
You know what's funny about that movie? Again, Nick Nolte played basically the Gent character.
Yeah.
How about Mac Davis playing the quarterback?
Mac Davis, man. I was getting ready to say Mac Davis.
I thought about that.
You want Mac to sing halfway through the
Yeah, he's carrying a guitar on the field. He was basically the Don Meredith character.
Yeah.
And the funny, you don't think about it at the time. 'Cause I was like you. I was young watching that movie. And then later on in life, it was on somewhere. And I went, oh, my God, Mac Davis played a quarterback. Right. What the hell are we doing
Mac
here?
Davis, man. He was a star.
He was a big star.
He was a star.
He had hit records, a TV show.
Yeah.
And
he wrote a lot of hits, too.
Yeah, Mac Davis was a thing, man.
So, anyway, the Sports Business Journal has done a big survey of nearly 2,000 American sports fans, 1,421 sports fans, to be honest with you. So not quite 2,000, but at least for some of these. And some were more, like 1,400 for one. And America's Sport, they did over 3,700 people. So the first we'll do, before we get to America's team, they have 3 things here. First off, what do you consider to be America's sport? Now, again, baseball is considered the American pastime. But 36% of those that responded say it's football. Football is now America's sport.
Far and away.
Baseball is doing well for itself at 25%.
The second?
Second.
Now, the thing about baseball, really quick, is if you go into the deep dive demographical breakdown, it'll be mostly people 45 and older.
Yeah, that still have that as their favorite
And the
sport.
people that like the NBA typically are usually under 40 who will pick the NBA over Major League Baseball.
Basketball, now, again, it's not like this is a popularity thing.
No, it's America's sport.
Yeah. Basketball, 8%. And again, basketball, I mean, let's face it, these 3 sports, as constructed, were invented in America.
Yeah.
I mean, football derives from soccer. Baseball derives from cricket.
Basketball derives from basketball.
Basketball was literally throwing a ball in a basket.
It derives from, making peach baskets.
Sure. And then hockey, soccer, golf, motorsports, and tennis.
Finished it up.
They don't really register. But then 16%, Terry said, I don't think any sport is, quote, America's sport. 16%.
That's a lot.
That's healthy.
That. Yeah.
That's a healthy number.
That really surprises me. Because most people have a sport they think is America's sport.
I would say baseball, but But I know, again, if you're, because it might depend on how you want to answer this question.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's not a so-called popularity question.
I mean, because the most popular sport in our country is easy.
Yeah, because like hockey and soccer are popular, and soccer is gaining in popularity. Golf is popular, and remember, there's more golf courses in this country than there are McDonald's restaurants. Dude, that is a true story.
It is, and especially they exploded during the Tiger Woods era. Yeah.
But you're not, because again, nobody's going to ever say that hockey or soccer are America's sports.
No.
Right? And again, golf was invented by board shepherds in Scotland.
Right.
So there's that. But football or baseball, it would seem, or basketball.
Yeah, those three. I mean, basketball I thought would be a little bit higher, but those three are the ones that always pace the field, man.
The next question was, which of the following, if any, do you consider to be America's best sports city? Now, I would tell you right now, if you asked me, I would say Atlanta. Because Atlanta not only is a big pro sports town, but college sports is very popular in Atlanta. And not just because of Georgia Tech or Georgia, but with the SEC's presence and how many Final Fours Atlanta has had. And when Atlanta doesn't have a Final Four, Atlanta has had regional play. I mean, it has multiple bowl games. Well, it has multiple postseason opportunities. It has the preseason college games. Again, in addition to being the home.
As an event town, combinations, professional franchises, collegiate, and an event town. They got a lot in Atlanta.
And but Atlanta did okay, but not. But New York City comes in first. 20% of Americans say New York City is the best sports town. I'm not sure. I get it, but I don't know how many of these people are from New York.
I was going to say, how many are from New York? I'll be honest with you. In the places I've been in my life, Chicago is a hell of a sports.
Chicago came in third.
Chicago is a great
second. Might surprise
town.
you.
Second. I'm going to go with second. I'm going to say Miami. No, I'm kidding. I don't know, man. Who, Philly?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's a great sports
No,
town.
It is. But I'm surprised. I'm surprised. But when you think about, again, the love of their sports teams, really, I want to count the Pitt Panthers, but that's but I love that Pittsburgh's pro teams are all black and gold. I think that's tremendous, and I wish more cities would actually adopt something like that. Chicago is third, L.A. fourth, Boston fifth.
I think Boston should be ahead of L.A. Go ahead.
Okay, because again, L.A. a lot of great sports out there, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they care.
They don't. They don't even know
Boston
there's NFL teams
cares.
there.
Atlanta is sixth, tied with Kansas City.
Kansas City's a good sports town. They here's the thing about this. There's a bunch of different ways to look at great sports town. Kansas City, the fans love those teams.
Yeah.
They just do. Now again, that love sometimes gets frustrating, like in Pittsburgh for baseball. When you have a smaller market-ish franchise that isn't competitive year in and year out, and Kansas City's been much more competitive than Pittsburgh, but you see the attendance near the bottom of the league and you go, that's not a great sports town. No. Those are two different things. Mm-hmm. I think Kansas City and Pittsburgh, what they have in common is they love their teams.
Yeah,
they're very.
It's just the fabric of the community.
Yes.
Yeah.
It means more than just wins and losses.
That's fair.
I again, LA. I don't agree with LA at all.
But it's a big city, so that's why I imagine.
To me, Philly should be higher up on that list because they're insane.
Philly didn't make the top 10. Houston, Indy, and San Francisco rounded out.
I've been in Houston, man. Now. There's a lot of transient now in Houston. I didn't feel that passion for sports in Houston. I just didn't.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I mean, could I be wrong? Yeah, I was there a year.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel that. I think that, in Texas, but Dallas. I think Dallas.
I thought Dallas would be.
Dallas would be
because Dallas is also a great. Dallas is like Atlanta to me.
Mm-hmm.
Big time with pro sports, but great for college, big time college sports too.
I would put Dallas ahead of Houston.
I would have as well. I would have as well. All right, we'll come back on the other side.
This man, I like this.
Yeah,
Let's keep
we'll
going.
come back on the other side. Who is America's team based on this Sports Business Journal survey? We will tell you when the post-game show returns.
Our first check on the traffic this afternoon, besides the usual fun at Malfunction Junction and the other construction spots that we tell you about every day that are still there. Please avoid those. Use your app. App's your friend. Don't look at it while driving, though. That's not a friendly thing to do. All right, a few accidents. 2-notch at North Brickyard. I-77 northbound at Killian. Hugie at Gervais. Also in accident. 2 lanes are blocked at I-20 westbound between US 521 and US 601 and I-20 eastbound between the White Pond Road and US 601 exits.
All right, welcome back in. Jay and Terry with you on this Monday. World Cup update coming. 1 game in the books today. 2 knockout games already. 1 yesterday, 1 today. 1 just kicking off, 1 later tonight. USA doesn't play again until Wednesday against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Do want to remind everybody, especially if you're a more casual soccer fan, again, we're in the knockout round. But before you think, oh, Bosnia, no big deal. Bosnia is the country that eliminated Italy from World Cup qualifying.
It's not just Bosnia; they're bringing bringing Hertzie with them too.
They are
So it's not just Bosnia, man.
But I'm and again, those dudes like to use their hips and shoulders, and not to control the ball.
I'm stunned by that.
So I think it's.
You think Bosnian people, these Bosnian dudes, you think tough guys anyway, right?
Yep.
You just think. Like, guys who, remember that scene in Rambo when he's doing his own surgery?
Yes.
You figured guys in Bosnia just do their own surgery.
Yes. While eating glass.
Yes.
I don't want this to sound political, and then I'll get into this. I think that the soccer playing world should be really glad that the fall of communism broke up what was Yugoslavia. Because if there was still a Yugoslavia and they now had today's methods of freedom and capitalism,
absolutely,
they'd be kicking, because Croatia by themselves went to a final and into the Final Four in successive World Cups. Just Croatia. So if you could add Serbia and Bosnia and Slovenia and Macedonia, they'd be really good at basketball too, my man.
Oh, they would be really good. Okay, so let's start with 2 words: Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
We'll start there.
So.
And then we go around to the rest of the guys who are split up in all those different.
So again, not trying to sound political, but it might not be the worst thing for some that Yugoslavia is split into like 6 or 7 entities because, and again, they all hate each other, which is,
absolutely.
But if they didn't, and they were like, hey, let's do this, they'd be really, really good at sports.
And especially bringing up hoops because
they're really good at sports anyway. That's my point. They're good at sports anyway.
Yeah, think of all the guys coming from those different small countries. Yeah. If they were all still Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they'd be really
and again, had access to capitalism.
Oh, yeah, the same thing that they do now.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong, man.
So, just saying. Anyway, okay, but back to America. Which of the following, according to the Sports Business Journal poll that we were talking about, which of the following, if any, do you consider to be America's team? Now, again, the Braves had that moniker for a while. The Cowboys had that moniker for a while. Others are very popular across this country, right? Lakers and Celtics are popular. We talked about the Packers have a real national following. You want me to start with number 1 and go down?
Sure, go for it.
First off, who do you think? If you Now, again, this is a survey, so they're not giving you, this is not an election.
No.
This is a survey, so you have a blank space. Terry Ford, I'm the Sports Business Journal. Hello, Mr. Ford. I'm from the Sports Business Journal. Which professional franchise would you consider to be America's team?
The Sacramento A's. No, I would probably, honestly, here's my thought. There's 2 that stand above everybody, right? In all seriousness, the Cowboys and the Yankees.
Okay.
I think because of the popularity of the NFL today, I would probably give the Cowboys a slight nod over the Yankees because Major League Baseball is not as popular as it used to be.
Okay.
So I'd probably go Dallas a tick ahead of the Yankees would be my guess.
The New York Yankees,
Wow, okay.
20%. Now, you said a
Really?
tick.
Mm-hmm.
The Dallas Cowboys, 19%.
Oh, there's a tick. There you go.
I was surprised by this, too, because the
Cowboys-
Yankees, here's the thing. There really isn't a lot of just, I could take them or leave them
No.
with the Yankees.
No.
Either you are a Yankee fan or you hate the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really don't know anybody that's like, I could go either way.
No.
There might be somebody out. I'm sure there's somebody somewhere that's like,
No. That's surprising that they. I know it's just by 1 percentage point, but I'm surprised they.
yeah.
They
So
won.
20% Yankees, 19% Dallas Cowboys.
Do you think the fact that the Cowboys haven't been to an NFC Championship game in 30 years?
Yeah.
And the fact that when you think Cowboys, your first thought, as even a casual sports fan, is man, that owner's such a joke. How much of that has hurt that?
Even a
mystique
few
of the
Super Bowl
Cowboys?
appearances, if they lost, would go a long way towards putting the Cowboys back to where
Yeah.
Jerry would like them to be.
I
But
feel-
their lack of success at the championship level
I think it's hurt them.
does hurt them.
And I think that really they're looked at more of the used to be great team now with the crazy controlling, saying weird things owner more than they are. Man, I love them Cowboys.
Right.
Or they're a great franchise. The Yankees made the World Series a couple years ago, got beat by the Dodgers. Won it the last time in 2009,
It's been a while since they won.
but they've been back since 2009. They just haven't won it.
Right.
And they're in the playoffs pretty much year in and year out. So just by looking at track record on the field, the Yankees have been better.
Mm-hmm. Cowboys should be better. And
But-
again, the Cowboys have now, there's a generation of Cowboy. If you're a 35-year-old Cowboy fan, you don't really know the Cowboys as what the Cowboys
No.
of just
You
before
know
you were
this.
born or the 70s.
You know this this soap opera with the meddling owner.
Yeah.
That's what you know.
Pittsburgh Steelers are third at 14%.
Now that surprised me a little
Now,
bit.
again, national fan base.
That surprised me a little bit.
National fan base.
They have a national fan base. I mean, I would think the Packers would be ahead of them.
Yeah, Packers
Packers
are
have
here,
been-
but they're a little farther down.
Because the Packers have been iconic longer than the Steelers. But I see the Steelers. I mean, they've been.
Steelers have 6 titles.
Well, they picked up all those fans in the 70s,
Yeah.
man. And they just
didn't let
carried it
go.
with them.
They didn't let
And,
go.
the Packers picked up all those fans in the 60s, but maybe more of them are no longer with us, so to speak.
Yeah, I think they picked some up with Favre.
And Favre
and Sterling
Aaron
and those guys,
Rodgers,
yeah.
but I think that crew that grew up with that dynasty Packers.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them couldn't vote because they're too old.
Maybe. Dodgers 4th at 8%.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, see, the Dodgers,
Yeah.
unlike the Yankees, there's not as much polarization there. I think there's a
No.
lot of Dodger. Like, I know I'm that way with the Dodgers. I got nothing against the Dodgers.
I've never hated the Dodgers.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. with
They're
Dodgers.
fine.
Yeah.
I don't love them. Don't
I always
hate
liked
'em.
Tommy Lasorda.
Yeah, now they
I
have
like
some
Dave
likable
Roberts.
guys on that
and Freddie's
team
out there,
now.
so I'm pulling for Freddie.
Mookie. Well, why don't you like Mookie? I mean, what the hell do you do to
Like,
anybody?
nothing. I don't.
That's what I mean. Mookie Betts is a good guy. They never come off as God. I hate that team. They don't. So I can see that. Matter of fact, I could have seen them ahead of the Steelers in some ways. But
Patriots are tied with the Dodgers. Now, again, there's polarization. I think either you like the Patriots or you don't.
and that is the recency bias of a dynasty.
I guess there's some people that might look at just Tom Brady and go, yeah, I like Tom
Well,
Brady.
here's my thing: in 20 years, are the Patriots that high up? If they
No.
aren't what they've been, no, I agree. They won't be.
Cubs are tied with the Packers next at 7%.
Cubs are a national.
Cubs are,
entity,
again,
too.
national brand. The
Big
Sox are next at 6.
Well, the Red Sox, yeah,
Reds,
makes
yeah,
sense.
Reds.
That's
yeah,
fine.
Sorry. Yeah, Reds.
That's fine.
Sorry, that to me, the Sox are the Red
Yeah,
Sox. And
I just caught myself for a minute going.
Bulls.
Now that's a Jordan thing. That is absolutely a Jordan.
And this
thing.
one, again, look, surveys don't typically have wrong answers because it's just people answering questions. Mm-hmm. But the Mets are next, and that's just wrong.
No,
The Mets are nowhere close. But my Atlanta Braves didn't make this list.
no.
Now, because you know why? Because TBS, that's been
no
gone for a
longer-
long time.
And again, we have to always understand the.
Where would the Braves be 20 years ago? I think
Oh.
the Braves would be right behind the Steelers
I will
20
be
years
honest
ago.
with you. The Braves even could have been ahead of the Steelers because they were everywhere. They were a great team in the 90s. They were in the World Series, it felt like every year. Every cable system had the Braves on. Baseball, more popular then than now. because you had home run chases and all this other stuff, and the steroid era where everybody was digging the long ball. I would say in the 90s, the Braves would be ahead of the Steelers.
Oh,
That would
okay.
be
I might not have, but I would have said right behind them. But in that, with the Yankees, because again, the Yankees have, but and honestly, I'll tell you, who's not on here, and I thought they might be, Lakers and Celtics didn't make the list.
Isn't it funny that the Bulls, again, it's Jordan.
Yeah.
It's the Bulls, besides that little Derrick Rose short era before Rose got hurt.
That didn't count.
Yeah, this is Michael Jordan. This is us growing through our young adult lives, watching Michael Jordan just destroy people.
Yeah.
And so the Bulls are still in our head.
Yeah. Fun stuff. Way to go, Sports
really
Business
cool.
Journal. But the Yankees, by 1 percentage point,
How about that?
America's team over the Dallas Cowboys. World Cup update next. It is big time soccer tournament update time here on the post-game show. Welcome back in, Jay and Terry with you.
Smooth, rolls off your tongue.
Yeah, it does, right? Terry, who made his way out to the British Bulldog on Saturday during the England match. England finally got it together. I was watching that one.
I'll say this really quick. I can see if you're a soccer fan, you got to be there. Seriously.
Oh, it's fun.
If you're a soccer fan, you got to be
fun,
at the
man.
British Bulldog. There's no doubt about it.
It's fun.
It was cool. Everybody's got their gear on. It was the thing, man.
Yeah. But England won 2-0, so they won their group. And we had a 0-0 with Colombia and Portugal on Saturday. Colombia ends up winning that group over Portugal. Told you, Colombia's good, man. Colombia's good. They're good. So that Saturday was the last day of group play. Yesterday, we started the knockout round. Canada and South Africa. It was a good game. And I don't think either team was I think South Africa was playing for overtime. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
I think they kind of were. They were like, let's play defense as long as we can here. And Canada won the game. Steven Eustachio scored in stoppage time on what was kind of a mistake from South Africa.
And was South Africa parking the bus like we like to say?
They weren't parking the bus, but they weren't super thrilled with the attack. They had some moments, so they weren't full on parking the bus. But they were happy to defend and let Canada have the ball.
Said the bus might not have been parked, but it was in neutral.
The bus was running and it was kind of moving back and forth a little bit, at 2 miles an hour.
Okay.
But a South African defender on what was at first a good defensive play headed the ball out right near the edge of the box, and unfortunately for him, it fell right at the foot of Eustachio, who nailed it into the corner. I mean, and it's just kind of dumb luck. But it counts, and Canada wins. So they are the first team into the round of 16, and it's Canada's first ever time in the knockout round, and now they've won a game. So good for them.
Up to 16.
Good for them. Game one of today in the books. There's 3. Again, it's win and go home now. Win or go home, excuse me. Brazil 2-1. Brazil also left it late. But Arsenal's Gabriel Martinelli with the winner for Brazil. Germany and Paraguay have just kicked off. We're in the 22nd minute, no score. And tonight at 9 o'clock, Netherlands and Morocco. Netherlands, Terry's adopted home.
My family's homeland.
That's right.
I did my 28andMe or whatever it's called over here.
23andMe?
Yeah, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, sure, 23.
I did that, and we're from the Netherlands.
Oh, good. For now.
I told you my dad's line. Dad, where are we from? We're Americans, boy.
Yeah, there you go. Sure.
Thanks for that, Dad.
It's easier that way.
It was.
It's easier that way.
All right, so Netherlands, it's going to be tight tonight.
Netherlands, Morocco. It's a good game, man. Morocco in the Final Four last time. Loaded team. And Morocco's going to be co-hosting the next World Cup with Spain.
There you go.
You're going to sail across there at the Strait of Gibraltar and go to Morocco.
Nice little easy
hang out in Casablanca.
Do that,
Everybody's going to do their Humphrey Bogart impersonations.
They're all going to do the bad Humphrey Bogart impersonation, yep.
That'd be kind of fun. Not to do Bogart impersonation, but go to Casablanca and go to a game.
Absolutely, man.
That'd be all right.
I think that'd be fun to go troll Casablanca.
See if we can pull that off. See if we can get the company to pay
live
for that.
show.
Yeah,
live show sponsored by British Bulldog.
Put us on a boat.
I think we should go cover the next World Cup.
I'm down with that. That'll be tonight. Then tomorrow, looking ahead, Norway and Ivory Coast.
Should
France
be Norway there, right?
Who? Norway. Yeah, take Norway. Right? Yeah, take Norway. France and Sweden. And then Mexico, Ecuador. This is an interesting game. I think Mexico will win. France, I like Sweden. Sweden's got an Arsenal guy or two.
Sweden,
they both. I got Arsenal guys on both of those teams.
Sweden's good, but they're not as good as France.
They are not.
No.
I think France might score 5 times.
Really?
I do. They might.
Well, isn't the Swedish chef in goal from the Muppets?
He's their coach. That's the problem.
He
He just sets him up. They just run around.
I love that guy.
Oh, he was my favorite when I was a kid.
I loved him and the 2 old pissed off guys in the seats.
He was my favorite. And yeah, so I expect Norway tomorrow, France tomorrow, and Mexico tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then again, America will play on Wednesday. We'll talk more about that.
And Norway's got my new favorite player.
Erling Haaland.
Oh, I love that guy, man.
Yeah. Well,
that dude is he is fearless going to the net.
He's very Vikingish.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And see, I'd like to again, as I told you. Now, I like him. I respect him a lot, but he plays for a team that I need to hate on.
I get you.
He plays for Manchester City, and that's Arsenal's nemesis of late. Although Arsenal finally overtook him and won the title this year, and City finished second.
Holland's ridiculous.
But my daughters all know I'm an Arsenal fan, but they love his Instagram.
That's what my son said. His social media
they're
is
like, Dad, he's hilarious. He's great. He's so funny. And I'm like, I don't care. I just don't care. And Norway's team captain plays for Arsenal, so I'm trying my best.
You're doing you're hanging in there.
There you go. But good win for Brazil today. Japan was good, man. That was a good game. Brazil won it late. There you go. Thank you to the British Bulldog for all they do for us. We'll have another update for you tomorrow. Headlines of the day, including big NBA trade news with a local player involved. Keep it here.
All right, quick check on the traffic before we get to the 5 o'clock news. Sponsored by our Buds Integrated Media. We have accidents. Same ones haven't been cleared out yet. 2 Notch at North Brickyard, I-77 northbound at Killian Road, exit 22. I-26 eastbound right before US 21. That is exit 119. And 20 eastbound, White Pond Road and US 601 between exits 87 and 92. Hugie at Gervais. Also I-20 westbound at US 521. 2 lanes blocked with that accident. 5 o'clock news sponsored by Integrated Media next.
It is 5 o'clock news time on this Monday. Welcome back in. It's also the final hour of the post-game show along with Terry Ford. I'm Jay Phillips. We start with breaking news that involves a former local basketball star. Ja Morant has been traded today from the Grizzlies to the Portland Trailblazers. The Grizz will get Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. This is first being reported by ESPN's Shams Charania. The Grizzlies have now traded all three of their former franchise cornerstones, Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson, since they were swept in the first round of the 25 playoffs. That core was expected to take the Grizz to some pretty good spots, but it simply did not happen. In the last 3 seasons, Ja Morant has only played in 79 games because of either injury or off-court issues and suspensions. This after making 2 consecutive All-Star games going back to 22 and 23. So they were really trying to move Ja Morant, and it took him a little while. So now he will go to Portland. He's only 26. Career averages are still solid, 22.4 points, 7.4 assists. But he's got 2 years left for Portland to pay him on an $87 million contract.
This really comes down,
or $87 million left on his contract.
Ja Morant's young enough to get his stuff together and get back to being on the road of the player that we thought he was going to be.
Yep.
I mean, there's been off the court stuff. There's been injury stuff. Then last year there was on the court stuff. He had a new head coach who wanted to change the offense, and Ja Morant was like, no. Understand, the best offense is the ball in Ja Morant's hands. Mm-hmm. So, and I think Memphis, with the combination of the off-the-court stuff and the on-the-court issues that started, the injuries, they just were like, you know what? We need to get a new face of our franchise.
Yep.
And that they've got it now in Cam Boozer.
Right.
Ja Morant's not too late, man. There's so much ability,
Absolutely.
so much physical ability there for Ja Morant. If he can get it together and get himself, again, back on that path he was on early in his career, he can be a phenomenal player in the league. He's got the physical ability like nobody's business.
I agree. We'll see. So there you go. So Ja Morant traded from Memphis to Portland. Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors are looking at possibly obtaining LeBron James in free agency and trading for Anthony Davis. This after Draymond Green declined his $27.5 million player option today. Team and league sources said that Green would likely turn down the 1-year financial guarantee and see if the Warriors would work with him on a new contract to lower his salary, but only, according to Anthony Slater of ESPN, only if it freed up what he says is immediate flexibility for Golden State to secure a significant roster upgrade. So, does Draymond Green doing this indicate that Golden State knows something and will now go pursue LeBron James? Pursuing LeBron is one thing. Terry and I mentioned this a little bit earlier. Pursuing Anthony Davis is another. The Warriors could offer James the 15. I love this, Terry. Again, I don't know how the NBA does this crap. That's the news portion of the show. They can offer LeBron a $15.1 million non-taxpayer mid-level exception. I don't know what that means. I know what all those words mean by themselves, but I don't know what that means. Regardless of any trade offer or pursuit of Davis with the Wizards. Again, Slater says league sources believe any Davis hunt in the coming days is an extra motivational tactic to lure LeBron because they're still buds. Okay. Here's the difference. Davis will make $58.4 million next season and has a player option for $62.7 million the following year. A player option. Let me see. I'm a player. I can make $4 million more than I made, and I'm already making this much. Yeah, I'll take the option. He hardly ever plays.
$62 million to play 12 games.
Yeah, he hardly ever plays. I mean, look this up real quick. How many games did Anthony Davis play in last season, Terry Ford? Do we know this? We do. Do you want to know? Do you want to know how many games Anthony Davis played in last season, Terry Ford, to make $58 million?
Go for it.
20.
And how much money?
$58 million.
Perfect. Worth every dime.
And who did he play for? Washington? Didn't he play for somebody else for a bit too, or was it just Washington last year? I thought he was somewhere else for a little while.
Dallas.
That's right, Dallas. 20 games.
Yeah, he was in. Remember, he was part of the famous Luka Doncic trade.
Yeah.
Where, again, that master plan.
Yeah.
We're going to bring in Anthony Davis, and we're going to win with defense here in Dallas.
He played 20 games. When he played in those 20 games,
really good.
He averaged 31.3 minutes per game.
And he's a really good player.
20.4 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, 3 assists, give or take 2.8, and 1.7 blocks. So, again, when he plays.
Look, I think I said this to you today. When Anthony Davis plays, he's when he's healthy and feels like playing, he's a top 10 player in the NBA. The problem is we had to have 2 caveats in that.
Yeah.
When he's healthy and when he feels like playing.
And the thing is, he's now 33.
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. So again, that's not that. So let me reiterate. That's exploration of deals.
And here's my.
The Ja Morant one did happen. The exploration for LeBron is all that is at this point.
Yeah. So again, I think it's Rich Paul. Like I said to you earlier, basically saying to the Lakers, you really want him to go to Golden State? Do you? Maybe you need to start talking to our guy here. Seriously talking to our guy.
To the NFL we go as we continue our headlines of the day. This is not a good story. Terrion Arnold today was released by the Detroit Lions after he was arrested last week on multiple charges, including felony charges of armed robbery and kidnapping. His bond was set this morning at $1 million down in Tampa by a Hillsborough County judge, who also said that Arnold would not be allowed to have contact with any of the co-defendants in the case, that he must surrender his passport, and that he had to be on basically house arrest except when he was playing, training, or traveling with the Lions or making any court-related appearances or legal appointments. The state of Florida wanted Arnold to wear a GPS tracker, but his attorney said that he wouldn't be able to play football with that on. He's only 23 years old. He turned himself in last week. Authorities accused him of orchestrating an abduction of 3 teenagers who he believed stole from him. And not only stole, but stole luxury goods worth more than $100,000 and $100,000 in cash. However, you found out later that the initial victims in this case had nothing to do with the theft.
Hey, I got a question. Let me throw something at you. Ready? Play a game. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Jay, you think that someone stole stuff from you. Would you, A, investigate further on your own to get information,
Okay.
B, call the authorities, C, have them kidnapped? Where would you go, Jay?
I'm probably calling the cops first. I may want to do a little digging on my own if I felt like I could, but I don't want to kidnap them. And not only that, they were apparently pistol whipped as well, according to the police report.
Now we'll go to D. Would you have them kidnapped and pistol whipped, Jay?
No, I don't think that's the right thing to do.
I'm guessing C and D really don't go through many people's minds. I'm guessing A or B are the typical scenarios. Man, if I can find a little bit more info, maybe I can talk to some people, and because I don't want to go call the cops yet if I really don't know for sure. Or I got a pretty good idea. They did it. Let the cops investigate it and see about who want my stuff.
Yeah.
Now, at no point am I going, hey, Renzo, you know any dudes who can kidnap some kids? I'm a football player in the NFL. I can pay them. What are we doing here? I mean, at any point did you realize that you were ending your career?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Or at least...
No, I don't think that seems to not have really been part of the thought process. Again, he was released. He had $4.8 million remaining on his rookie deal. This was a first-round pick. He was. You're SEC fans, right? He went to Bama. He's a good football player, man.
I mean, you've just started your NFL career. You're on a rookie deal. You want to build your way to that second contract, which is how you get what we would call whole. Mm-hmm. And you decide, hey, screw all this. Those kids stole from me. Let's kidnap them.
His agent
Great
says he believes that state prosecutors are, quote, not even close to showing that his client knew or directed what his associates would do.
We better throw the allegedly in here.
Yeah, definitely. Again, he's out on $1 million bond with conditions, and his agency says that the judge allowing him to go out on bond, because the state wanted him held until trial. Going out on $1 million bond, quote, confirms that there is very little evidence to suggest any criminal involvement.
Does that really
by Mr.
confirm anything?
$1 million bond
That's
suggests
a lot of bond.
something.
Yes. If we let you out on your own recognizance, that means we don't think there's anything
that's
here.
a little different. But $1 million with house arrest,
I think something.
So
I never had $1 million bond.
that's good, man. It's good. Close, right?
Yeah, neighborhood.
So there you go. There's that particular story. This morning, one of the quickest playoffs you will ever have in professional golf.
Is quick, man.
After rain yesterday and an amazing comeback to tie it up by Scotty Scheffler, he and Victor Hovland headed out this morning at 9 o'clock to the 18th hole at TPC River Highlands in Connecticut for the Travelers Championship, which is a signature event. They both teed off and had tee shots, seriously, Terry, within about, I'm going to say conservatively, 10 feet of each other. Then they both hit approaches to the 18th flag. I'm going to say we're within 3 or 4 feet of each other. Victor went first. His was a little bit longer. He hit his birdie putt. Scotty's birdie putt lipped out, and Victor Hovland won $4 million.
How many minutes was that?
It took less than 10 minutes for Victor Hovland.
Did you say to me?
So they just go ahead and
guys
do
hit
that.
the ball 3 times.
They both touched the ball 3 times. They both had 2 beautiful drives right down the gut. They both had beautiful approaches inside of 10 feet to the flag. And then Victor made his, and Scotty missed.
Wow.
And again, Scotty's lipped out. He didn't miss badly. It just lipped out on him. And Victor gets the $4 million prize. So there you go. But I was watching that this morning before turning on to the World Cup updates. So there you go. That's our integrated media headlines of the day. And we'll come back on the other side. A good recruiting weekend for Gamecock baseball, big pickup for football. And Tyler has some great sound from Dowell Loggins about Dowell's experience with Kendall Briles.
Good stuff.
We'll have that for you as part of the Gamecock Notebook, and that's next. Welcome back in. Jay and Terry with you on this Monday. Update from the World Cup real quick. Surprise as we get close to halftime. Paraguay up 1-0 on Germany.
You said Germany last couple.
That
World
ain't
Cups.
supposed to happen. Paraguay's good, but Germany's supposed to win. We'll see. Big weekend for Gamecock baseball recruiting. Kevin Schnall and company continuing to add big pieces out of the transfer portal. We'll start with local product, Carter Harrington, who went to AC Floor. Big kid, 6'4", 185, became ultimately through the season Chad Holbrook's Friday night starter. 42 strikeouts, 26 walks in 60 2/3 innings pitched. Overall, he was 3-5 with a 5.49, but got better as the season went on. Was named all rookie in the Colonial and was a freshman All-America second team performer. So big get for Carolina. And again, he'll have 4 to play under the new rules. So Columbia's Carter Harrington coming to Carolina. Luke Costello, Andrew's brother. Andrew, the catcher, had committed to Carolina already. Luke is an outfielder. He has come to South Carolina. This is a player. Now, again, he can go to the draft. So it'll be interesting to see exactly, and I don't know at this point, Terry, if there's been any announcement. I don't believe that he has said one way or another just yet what he's going to do. But I believe he is a draft-eligible player. He'll join Andrew here in Columbia. 302, 17 dingers, 62 batted in his 2 years at Wake. 297, 27 home runs, 90 runs driven in, and only committed 1 error in the outfield. So he's a better than 98% fielder. That's a good get for Carolina. And I don't see anything in here that says one way or another. And if I'm mistaken about his ability to be drafted, somebody will, I'm certain, correct me. But I believe that we had one of our guests last week tell us that there was the possibility of him being a draft-eligible sophomore. So I'm not 100%.
Was that Whittle that said that?
I thought so. We've had a lot of baseball.
If he shows up on campus, man,
that'd be a good one.
I like that get.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. No question about that. Let's see. So there's Costello, Harrington, Miguel Hugas coming in from Mercer. He's from Pennsylvania via Venezuela. 6'3", 215-pounder, big guy. 9-2 with a 6.17 ERA, 16 appearances with 15 starts, struck out 52, walked 24, also hit 21. So that's not good. But a couple of bad outings, as Jack Veltri said.
Yeah, but you know what, man? You hit a couple people just to make people nervous in the batter's
I don't know
box,
where it's
dude.
going. I swear to God.
It's all about intimidation.
Left-hander Ryan Brinicke has also committed from Wake Forest to South Carolina. He'll have 4 years of eligibility left. He committed to Carolina previously, then decommitted when Mark Kingston was fired, spent some time at Wake. Coming out of high school, he was the top prospect in his home state of Wisconsin and was the number 18 pitcher overall in the class of 2025. He, again, will have 4 years left to play here at South Carolina. And finally, Andrew Kashi, a right-hander from Maryland who also had pitched at Wake Forest, will be coming to South Carolina. Wasn't great. Transferred to Maryland in 2 years with the Terps, 43 games, 4-3 with a 6.29, 69 strikeouts, and 46 walks. So a big weekend for Carolina baseball. Football-wise, big pickup from Hammond's Jackson Ross. This is the son of David Ross, the former Gamecock basketball player. Jackson is a big-time linebacker for the Skyhawks. He is also an all-state basketball player for Hammond. Big kid, too. 6'4", 215, can definitely add some weight when he gets to college. Again, just glides across the field, really just, a difference-making looking player. He is rated as the number 24 player in the state of South Carolina, regardless of position, and 24/7 calls him the number 34 overall linebacker prospect in the country.
There you go.
So, doesn't say here that he'll also play for Lamont Paris. That's just me saying.
This is you. You throwing it out there?
Just give it a try.
Well, Shane appreciates that.
Just give it a try.
Shane wants to
I wish
share.
we could see more of that.
As a fan, to be
I really
interesting.
do, because there's some guys like people told me. I never saw Sidney Rice, play high school basketball, but a lot of people said Sidney Rice at Gaffney could play basketball.
I heard he could ball. So
Alshon could play basketball. Derek Watson was on Dave Odom's team for a little bit, but
I'll give you one, man. Allen Iverson, they say, was a great high school
quarterback. Oh, now he could have played
college
at a
football.
lot of places. A lot of schools wanted him to be a quarterback.
Yep.
But but then John Thompson said, "Well, I need you to be a scoring point guard for me at Georgetown." He's
and
like,
he'll end up in the NBA.
That sounds good.
Because again, at that time in the world of quarterbacking, he most likely would not have been an NFL quarterback.
I mean,
again, he's 6'4".
No, probably not an NFL quarterback.
But he could have been a good college quarterback.
Yeah.
But that's my point. The ceiling for him probably was college quarterback, but his ceiling from as a basketball player was NBA.
Was Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. And Bruce Ellington was so much fun to watch, and really did do both well here. I mean, he was a solid SEC basketball player. He was a really good basketball player. He was a better football player, and obviously went on to play in the NFL for a bit. And I still tell this story, Terry. I remember it was the post-game press conference after the Wisconsin win at the Citrus Bowl, and it was Coach and Connor Shaw and Bruce Ellington at the table. And Coach Spurrier told Connor that right then that he'd gotten invited to the Combine, so he surprised Connor with that. And then he was joking with Ellington about, being an NFL guy too, because that was their last games at Carolina. And Steve says, and I'll try to do my accent, although I don't do a Steve Spurrier too well, but he's like, "You don't want to play basketball in Europe, do you?" and Bruce was like, "No, sir." And Bruce went on to play 5 or 6 seasons in the NFL, and it was a good run. But you don't want to play basketball. But the point was, he wasn't going to play in the NBA, but he could have gone to play in Europe.
Yeah, sure.
It was like, you don't play basketball in Europe, do you? It was pretty funny.
You can make a decent living hooping in Europe, but you're probably better off in the NFL.
He had fun.
You're better off in the NFL.
But I remember.
Yeah, he could have finished his NFL career and then go hooped in Europe.
Yeah, maybe I'd have done that. Who knows? Real quick before we get you out of here on the Gamecock Notebook, Dowell Loggins was on the other day with the halftime show guys, and of course Dowell, when he left the NFL, went to Arkansas and worked under Art Briles, who was the OC for the Hogs at the time. So Dowell brought a lot of what. Did I just say Art Briles?
Yeah,
I did. Kendall Briles. Sorry.
It's all good.
Kendall Briles at Arkansas. So Dowell brought some of that with him, and now, obviously, the man is bringing it to Columbia. But here's Dowell on what he learned and what to expect.
Yeah, I had the advantage. I came in for the bowl game. They're getting ready to play Notre Dame. So I got to preview a little bit of the roster, and it's really where I saw Xavier Leggett. And you go back, and I remember it was mid-December, and Leggett walks in my office, and he's like, he's got that accent. He's like, "Oh, hey, Colt, man, I don't know if I need to transfer, Colt." And I'm like, "Nah, you don't need a transfer." I was like, "Just give us a chance." And there's two windows at that point. You're like, "Hey, if you don't like how we're going to use you in May, I'll help you myself find another home." But this guy that played 4 years and had 170 yards of production. I'm like, "Hey, just give us a chance. We have a vision for you." And the guy goes in the first round after having 1,200 yards. And so I had an advantage of watching bowl practice and kind of watching that guy, because if you just stats, I don't know if you would have seen, how he practiced, how he moved. And so then you're trying to get a great feel for the coaching staff. Because I didn't get to bring anyone with me. The first year I brought 2 analysts, and coming from Arkansas, and you get there, you're trying to get a feel for what they were, what we believed in. You're trying to sell your vision of the offense and trying to figure out what exactly Spencer Rattler is comfortable with. So the great thing for those guys there, for Kendall, is there's a lot of tape on a really, really good player, maybe the best player in college football, at quarterback over there. And I'd probably argue the second best player in college football is the defensive end over there. So I think it's a great marriage. I think it's a great fit. I'm a big fan of Kendall. We obviously got to work together at Arkansas, and I think I'm excited for the quarterback as well.
Dowell Loggins, of course, now the head coach up at App State and Boone, and a couple of good years here. Again, I think if he doesn't leave for a head coaching opportunity, there's every reason to believe, Terry, that he is still in Columbia last year as OC, and Lenora Sellers is probably off to the draft.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
I feel that way about it. I think that, look, if this goes the way we think it's going to go because Kendall Browse has always been crazy successful his first year everywhere. And Lenoris plays the way we think he's going to play, he will move on to be a first-round pick in the NFL.
I think so.
That's just the feel of the whole thing.
I think so. There you go. Good stuff. We'll get one more from Dowell on the other side as part of the drive around the SEC. Tyler also has a really good cut from the great Archie Manning on his grandson.
Yep.
Suffice to say, Archie's right.
Yes. It happens every now and then with Archie.
We'll let you hear it. Drive around the SEC is next.
All right. Still, a couple accidents haven't been cleaned up yet. We have some new ones. I-77 northbound at South Carolina 34, 26 eastbound right before US 21 still has not been cleaned up. 20 westbound between US 521 and US 601, still getting that together. And a new one, I-20 eastbound between White Pond Road and US 601. Come back, going to drive around the SEC. More Dow Loggins and an interesting cut from Archie Manning about Arch Manning. That's next on the postgame show.
Welcome back in. Jay and Terry with you. By the way, and I'm not the accountant, so I'm glad this is not my problem. But our problem is your, good news. But we still have $325 we can give away for the Grand Slam contest. Apparently somebody was hoarding it.
Yeah, well, they realized through all the accounting and adding things up, wow, we need another Grand Slam. We only had two, and so there's $325 left. So the idea by the really smart people was, how about we do a Grand Slam coaching hire giveaway?
Okay.
In the hope that Kevin Schnall is a Grand Slam hire.
I see what you did there.
You like that?
Like a play on words with baseball terminology.
Yeah, with baseball. Yeah,
sure.
Exactly. Really, really smart.
So what do they have to do, Terry?
Marketing department. You just go to 1075thegame.com.
Okay.
And you can still click on the Crescent Construction Grand Slam giveaway.
The spinny clicky thing.
The little spinny clicky thingy. You click there.
Yeah,
you fill out the info. You hit submit.
Okay.
And we will be giving away that prize.
And this will be all of it at that point.
All 325, and then it's all gone.
As far as you know.
Well, as far as I know, what I,
and
use for own personal purposes.
Somebody was hoarding this money and then decided to give it away, or
I don't know if somebody all of a sudden realized we had 325 extra, or we don't know what Dreamy Josh is doing when
put your raincoat on and you stick your hand in your pocket. You're like, oh, hey, look at that, $325.
I got money there. That's really weird. Wow, here, why don't you take it?
I used to love doing that, by the way.
Wear a raincoat?
No, like when you.
I know you like that so much.
When you, back when cash was more prevalent in the world, and you you might have stuck some cash in your pocket, and you take their particular piece of clothing off, and then next time you put it on, you're like,
wow,
oh hey, cash.
Look at that.
Like that doesn't happen anymore.
Right. Well, all right. I'll ask you this real quick, then we'll get down logins.
Okay.
Because I very rarely carry any cash for two reasons. A, because I got this thing called a debit card.
Yep.
And B, I work in radio and I have no cash.
That's okay. Both are fair.
When I actually have cash in my wallet, I forget about it.
Yeah.
Because I very rarely have it. Like, I went to get a coffee a couple weeks ago, and I'm sitting here, and I'm getting ready to get my card out, and I look at it, just for some reason, I look down my wallet, and I go, what's that thing in the cash area? Hey, I got $5.
There's tons of places now, and I don't blame them, cashless. Like Segra Park. For a Fireflies game, cashless. Go to a Braves game, cashless.
I was somewhere like that the other day.
A lot of concerts I go to now, cashless.
Yeah, I mean, everybody use their debit card.
I don't even use my debit card, dude. I use my phone.
Tapper on your phone,
and it looks me in the eye, literally.
I got that. I got the tapper on my phone.
Tap.
Use it.
Do my eye thing, and then I'm like, all right, I just paid for it.
Mine doesn't do the eye thing. Mine does. Mine is more of a sample.
I know. Makes it a little too easy to spend money.
It does.
It's like Disney World. At Disney, they give you the little bracelet, and the bracelet is attached to the card you have on file.
Not realizing you're running around,
and you're just like,
man.
There's a $10 Coke and a $30 T-shirt and a $20 beer.
Right.
It's all on that little thing.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's free.
It's like that's sort of like when you get your credit cards when you were younger.
Yeah, it's free.
You get that card.
Yeah,
it's free.
Yeah.
So you get the bill.
I didn't spend anything.
I didn't do nothing.
Free money. That's what credit cards are.
Free money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some folks never pay it back, so it's all good. But yes, that's what you go to 1075thegame.com to register. You might be able to get yourself $325. It's our Grand Slam hire giveaway.
All right. I like what you did there. Thanks to Crescent Construction. All right. One more from Dow Loggins, cut number 2, sir. There are iconic plays in Gamecock football history. I mean, I go back to, my youth. Boy, I can think of like Brad Edwards, pick 6 against Clemson, Robert Brooks, one-handed catch against Georgia, Brandon Bennett over the top, right? The kick return against Clemson. the fade, obviously, Eric's fade, the Ace Sanders punt return. But the Dylan Thompson 3rd and long, that was one. God, I love that play. But speaking of 3rd and long, and in Clemson, Dow Loggins on what he remembers when Lenoris scored that winner.
And now I wanted to choke him on the run because we were in a 3-0, and earlier in the game he threw a pick in the red area, so he was mad at Nick at Harbor because Harbor cut a route on him. And we get Clemson, they go man coverage, exactly what we thought, and it's corners over, and I love our matchup. We got Nick on the linebacker. I'm like, here we go, we're about to win the game right here. And it's 3rd and 16. And the guy, and Nick just rages off the ball like Nick does, and he's wide open, and I'm like, here it is, touchdown. And he doesn't throw the ball to him. And all of a sudden, he takes the ball and takes off running and makes this amazing run and scores a touchdown. We beat our rival at their place, which is awesome. And after the game, I'm like, hey, what were you doing? He goes, I knew why you called the play. And I don't think the story's ever been told. I knew why you called the play. I knew when the linebacker matched up on him, we had him. But I was still mad about the interception in the red area. And I go, well, what were you? It was 3rd and 16. Like, we're trying to win the game. He goes, I just thought to myself, I have to score. And he did. So it was an unbelievable play.
I love that.
I was so mad.
That's what I miss from Dow.
Yeah.
Dow is a great storyteller.
Yeah.
I love that. I was so mad. I was just going to take off.
But he's like, I knew you wanted a touchdown. That's almost like, hey, we scored. I was going to score.
Yeah.
I was going to get you the touchdown you needed.
I was getting in the end zone.
It wasn't a problem.
But it's funny. And that's sometimes, you'll hear this from like offensive coordinators, play callers, whatever, DCs. Like a great play is made. And that great play was made, and we all know about the great play, but because they see the game in a different way because they're looking at certain things, whether it's on film or in the moment, Dow's like, hell, Harbor's wide open.
Yeah.
Instead of that iconic run, Lenoir's going to drop back and just pitch it to Nick Harbor, and game's over. Or you get the lead.
That wouldn't have been as much fun.
No. It wouldn't have been.
And we don't have that commercial that we run or that liner that we run with Todd and then Tommy Suggs just losing his mind.
Right. It just because you're right though. It's like, okay, the right plays to throw it to Harbor, but like you said, not as much fun.
Yeah. That play again. That's even more famous than the Dylan Thompson run now. That's like the second best 3rd and long run by a Gamecock quarterback in Clemson.
Well, that's the thing. It's against Clemson, at Clemson, gives you the go-ahead score late in the game, and you're already in the middle of a nice heater to begin with.
Yeah.
And that leads you to a 9-win season.
Yeah. So.
I mean, the whole thing was just perfect. Just perfect.
Good
and then
stuff.
Dow has to tell us the backstory.
Yeah. But Dow drew up the play. The play, it was there.
It was there.
It was there.
It was there.
Speaking of drawing up plays, Archie Manning was a guy who had plays drawn up for him, and then his line couldn't block. So when he was a Saint, at Ole Miss, he was great.
Yeah.
As a Saint, not so much, of course. And back then, you didn't have free agency.
No, you were stuck.
Bless his heart.
God love him.
What if he'd been on a good team?
And then he went to the Vikings when they turned bad.
Yeah, what if he'd been on a good team?
Yeah.
That'd have been fun.
Ever.
But it didn't happen. But his sons were very good NFL quarterbacks, and his grandson has a lot expected. But here's Archie Manning on maybe some things that didn't go right early around Arch.
I was kind of disappointed in a lot of people. The whole thing, they kind of crowned Arch before he ever played, and I just didn't think that was fair. Yeah, it was a little tough start. Played a great team, and anyway, but I've never been more proud of anybody in my life is the way Arch battled through what he had to go through last year and the way he played, the last 8 or 9 games of the season.
So he's not wrong. And look, I mean, Arch Manning suffers from one thing and one thing only.
His last name. Manningitis.
That's it.
Look, you remember you and I were going, this is ridiculous. The guy's never played meaningful football for any period of time as a starter. And he played against a couple of bad teams a year before he started, remember? And then so now he's going, and crowning him Heisman Trophy winner, first pick in the NFL draft. How about you let him play a full season as a starter? And to Arch Manning's credit, because remember after the Ohio State game, remember all the hot takers, oh, he's overrated, he's trash, he's this or that. everybody went away from Arch after September.
Yeah.
I saw this stat from Billy Connolly from ESPN Plus. From November 1st on, guess what the best QBR in the country?
Yeah, Arch.
Arch Manning.
Yeah.
And, again, to Archie's point, he went through all that adversity. You know what he kept doing? Kept grinding.
Mm-hmm.
And it started to come to him and come to him and come to him. And look, they talked. I remember watching a few of those games. He had happy feet. He wasn't using mechanics. He was sloppy, from the waist down with his footwork and things of that nature. And then Sark made some adjustments in play calling and things like that and put him in better positions and pulled back what they were asking him to do. And you know what he started doing? Playing really well.
Yeah, succeeding. Yeah, no, and that's testament to him and to Sark, again, for not being beholden to one thing only. You will run my system.
Right. You recognize, you know what, maybe we've given him too much of this or too much of that. Let's bring it back a little bit and let's lay a new foundation with what he does well and is easy for him.
That's today's drive around the SEC. Update from the World Cup and Jay versus the Internet next. Welcome back in. Final few minutes of our program on this Monday. Scott Hamilton is next. He and his ice skates, or whatever else he's doing in the offseason.
I just give a guy credit. I mean, after years and years and years as a figure skater, and
Sure.
reach the mountaintop to win a gold
medal, man.
and
Sarajevo.
then to become such a respected member of the media in analyzing figure skating, to totally pivot and become a sports talk show host.
Yeah. Before we go too far, because I know people will not like.
I know. We're making it up.
It's not that guy.
No, it's not that guy.
Not that. His name is Scott Hamilton. But
I'll
it's
be
not
honest.
That.
Scott,
Scott
when he did radio, Scott Hamilton, seriously the one that's coming up next.
Yes.
He did sports talk in Winston-Salem, and he actually got the figure skater Scott Hamilton to a drop for him.
Oh, that'd be great.
It was kind of cool.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
One day I'll tell you who we got to do a drop for us, but I'm not going to tell you on the air.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Looking forward to hearing that. All righty.
Back in my early days of a talk show. Still can't believe we did it. I wish I could tell you, but I can't because it's just, let's just say, I'll just say this. It was a film star.
Ah, a film star.
A film star.
What kind of films, Jay?
Films.
Can you name me some of those films? I might maybe know who this person is.
Nope. Sure cannot. Sure cannot. 1-1, Germany and Paraguay at the World Cup. Paraguay had taken a first-half lead. Arsenal's Kai Havertz has just tied the game with a header in the 55th minute. 1-1, Germany and Paraguay.
Excellent.
Arsenal is having a day. 2 goals by Arsenal players today and an assist by an Arsenal player today. So go Gunners.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Look at you guys.
That's right.
Let your guys go.
That's right. They're doing all right. All right. You got a little.
Get music. Yeah, gotta get music.
You know what we never did today? Did you want to do a vault question? Did you have one, or is it too late? Is it just that ship has sailed?
Let me see if I can get it back really quick.
Well, that's okay. I mean, we have time here. If you wanted to do a vault.
Yeah, maybe I can get a second. Here we go. Let's just do this.
We were talking about Brendan Sorsby. There was a little bit of developing news around.
I'll give you a couple of these really quick.
Okay.
For a vault.
No, that's fine.
Let's get it.
And we can play music at the same time.
Play music, absolutely.
I'm all for
Come on, baby.
music. There it is. You got it.
All right, little history thing here. First of all, this female tennis player in 1994 set the Wimbledon record playing in her 266th career match. 1994 female tennis player.
Steffi?
Nope.
Martina?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's the same day in 1994. This Purdue forward was the first pick in the NBA draft. Purdue forward.
Glenn Robinson?
Mid-90s. Nice work by you, sir. I'll give you one more. Right down your alley. You'll probably get it. This day in 1958, this country was the first team to win the World Cup outside its continent.
Brazil.
Nailed it. You know who led them?
Pele.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Pele in 58 was only like 17 or 18.
You nailed it. I was getting ready to say, how old was he? He was coming off a hat trick in the semis, by the way, at 17. Yeah. See a little heads up there. Nice work by you.
Yeah, he won the World Cup 3 times.
You crushed that right there.
Thank you.
Nice work.
I do what I can.
All right, here we go. World Cup tonight. First of all, we'll start. Who are you taking, Brazil or Japan?
I think it's going to be close. I'll take Brazil.
Look at you go out on a limb.
Thanks.
All right, all seriousness, Netherlands, my guys, my countrymen, and Morocco.
The Netherlands are playing. They're good, man. And I think they're getting better every game. I like Morocco's team. Morocco's got a couple of big stars. But I think this is a game the Netherlands wins. In fact, I not blowout, but I feel like 3-1.
Really?
Yeah.
So my bandwagon country should be okay tonight.
I think so. Look, Morocco made the Final Four last time. And they're still strong. And they want to come out of this cup feeling good because they're co-hosting next time. So it's still a pivotal tournament for them. But I think the Netherlands are better.
Well, it's good because I found out my Aunt Buell was from the Netherlands.
Sure.
So I have family connection to
That's good. Yeah, that's right. You and your wooden-toed shoes.
That's right.
Little pointy toes.
All right.
Eating lots of cheese and planting some tulips.
I love me some tulips.
Sure.
I love tulips. Huge tulip fan.
Sure.
All right, Jay or nay to Major League Baseball.
Okay. Oh, Jay or nay?
No, we're going Jay
versus the internet. Okay, sorry. I was like,
Major League Baseball tonight.
Okay.
The Braves are off, sir.
they are. Thank God. The Braves need a day off.
Yeah, they do. The Phillies are hosting the Pirates. Aaron Nola, who has struggled this year, an ERA of 5.5, will be facing. The Pirates have good young pitching, if nothing else. Braxton Ashcroft takes the hill, who's having a really
I'm
nice
just going to
year.
pull for the Pirates, so I'm just going to say
Figured you were
Pirates.
going Pirates. That's what I figured you would.
Yeah, I don't even. Just Pirates, please. Please.
No matter, I don't care who started.
Yeah, you got to Galooly people. I don't care.
Kent DeColvey.
Somebody.
Doesn't matter.
Somebody.
Does not matter. Staying in your National League East, sir, the Mets in Toronto. Blue Jays have been scuffling. Mets have been scuffling all year.
That's one way to put it.
Sean Manaea taking the hill for the Mets.
Give me Toronto.
Trey Yaskavich for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I like him.
He's had a solid year.
Yeah, I like him. Toronto.
I can't believe you didn't take the Mets.
Well, I mean, look, even if I didn't feel the way I do about the Mets, there's no reason to take them.
Oh, they're terrible.
They're not
So
good,
bad.
man. Not good.
All right, nice work, sir. I will talk with you whenever, because you'll be out
well, I
next
think
week.
shouldn't you at least do a phone in from
Maybe I will.
Your conference
Yeah, I'll give you a
in
call. I'll give you a
New
call.
York.
Maybe I'll hit you up.
All right.
Surprise you.
Jack Belcher tomorrow. See y'all.